What's up, everyone? Welcome to Power Play with CJ Prospect Profiles. Today we're focusing on Josh Wesley, defenseman for the Plymouth Whalers of the Ontario Hockey League. His first year in the O, he's got 6 points in 30 games, 26 PIMs, and -5. I'd like to see that, the plus-minus improve. But, given that he's a 17-year-old defenseman, his first year in major juniors, it's par for the course. Native of Raleigh, North Carolina, played for the Junior Hurricanes midget program, went to the U.S. development team last year, and, left this year. Usually it's a 2-year commitment, but he left after 1 year to play in the O. He's a a 5th-round pick. I thought he was a little bit higher in the Ontario League draft, but, is what it is. Now, he's a good-sized defenseman, 6'2", about 190 pounds. I'd like to see him fill out his frame a little bit more. And if you notice his last name and where he's from, yes, his father's Glenn Wesley. And, I can definitely, he's going to be a later round pick. But I can see a situation like Anthony Brodeur and Marty Brodeur this past year's draft where, because I'm 99% sure Glenn Wesley's still in the Hurricanes organization. He was a damn good hockey player. There's really no similarity between their games, especially when Glenn Wesley first came up. He was a highly productive offensive defenseman, and then he really settled in as a two-way kind of shutdown guy later on in his career. He still won a Stanley Cup in one of the last years of his career. He was one of. Here's the thing: there's a mixed bag on him. Now, obviously, I think he left the Bruins when I was like 5, but when went to Hartford and eventually Raleigh. The thing with Glenn Wesley in my house was always, most Bruins fans, it's the empty net against the Oilers, they remember, but my house was always, he went number 3, Brendan Shanahan went number 2, and as a family of staunch Irish Catholics that idolized Cam Neely, Shanahan and Neely in the same line would have been awesome. Can't see anyone mess with them on the forecheck, but that's just the way my dad's memory of hockey goes, so the 80s were an interesting time, from what I've been told. But back to the young Josh Wesley. I can see him going in one of the later rounds. There's some size to work with. There's NHL bloodlines. It's going to be a kind of a similar situation to Anthony Brodeur and Marty Brodeur in the past draft. I'm pretty sure Glenn Wesley's still with the Hurricanes organization, so if no other team takes a flyer on him, I'm sure the Canes will roll the dice on him with a later pick, but I think he'll be off the board by then. There's size to work with. There's, like I said, maybe his offensive repertoire expands next year in the coming months and juniors, but I think given where he it's from a non-traditional market, there's a lot riding on him, and not a lot riding on him, but it'll be cool to see a kid from the Sun Belt make it, and as more and more kids from Texas and California are making that jump, to see the Carolinas throw their hat in the mix would be pretty interesting. And I'm definitely rooting for him. And like I said, there's definitely something to work with there. How far along he goes in his development remains to be seen. But I think if you've got a young player that understands the nuances of playing sound defensive hockey and excelling in a shutdown role, which he did with the development team, and his numbers with the Junior Hurricanes were pretty good. The competition wasn't as prolific as what you play with the development team in the OHL, but it's definitely nothing to shake a stick at. So, anyway, that's on this episode of the Power Play with CJ Prospect Profiles on Josh Wesley of the Plymouth Whalers. Stay tuned for more episodes throughout the season and beyond. Later, guys.